Seems like Judith is here to finally steal the show and our hearts. Uh, I'll just hit play.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
I
Judith.
hope you enjoyed the movie.
I did. It was enjoyable.
I can't handle a job like this alone.
I like your
So I'm
voice.
gonna give you the honor of helping me.
This really fits.
You're not getting away. Ready for this? You're tough.
Nice.
Legend of Heroes. Trails through Daybreak.
Damien.
From here, a new trail begins.
Really? That's cool. I can't wait. July 5th. Oh, man. Wait. They didn't show her S-Craft. That's weird. They also played the same trailer music they used for Fairy, which is weird because Judith literally has her own track in the game that I'm playing in the background right now, Grimcats, the Grimcats theme. Which, yes, that's a running gag with her in the game. I don't consider this a spoiler because the game itself doesn't consider it a spoiler. That she's Grimcats. It's not like they hide her identity like they try to do with C from Cold Steel 1, or with Lieutenant Lawrence in Sky FC, or even C2 Electric Boogaloo in Trails into Reverie. It's like you see her and you're like, no, that's Judith. And even the main cast is like, wait, isn't she that actress? And it's funny because everyone knows her. Well, okay, not everybody, but we, the audience, know, as well as Van and the more older characters. I'll put it that way. It's funny. I don't know why they didn't use that music, but regardless, Brittany Cox, her performance. Honestly, this one might be the most fitting. I liked Dawn as Reset. Obviously, I think Damien as Van works really well. I thought Fairy was fine. I thought Aaron, for the most part, was fine. John as Quatra was really good. But I might have to give it to Brittany Cox. I wouldn't say perfect, but it sounds as close to perfect as an English voice actor can get to capturing that character based on these little tiny snippets that we have. Now, the fun thing with Judith in the Japanese dub is she has that typical Kansai accent, which I always love hearing. My boy Majima from the Yakuza games. Oh, and anytime we got to go to Sotenbori in the Yakuza games is always fun. Oh gosh, that crazy old lady that just hounds Kiryu. Oh my gosh. Throughout, she somehow never ages throughout the whole series. Oh man. But yeah, she has that kind of accent, which I guess I will go ahead and show you guys the clips. Will I show you her S-Craft? You know, since the trailer didn't show the S-Craft, I won't show the S-Craft either. That seems fair. So here's a couple clips of her Japanese performance.
Hi, 皆さん。作品は楽しんでいただけましたか？ゾーイ役のジュディス・ランスターです。
And with that out of the way, I figured it's time to address the localization elephant in the room. Her name being translated from Judith Lanster in the Japanese version to Judith Lanster in the English version. Version. I speak good, yes. So someone like me, I know sort of the little nuances between Japanese and English. Okay, not all of them. I know some of them. But I know this one. So to me, it's not a big deal. But I can already see the really heavy anti-localization guys taking this and just running with it. Being like, oh, look, Nisa can't even do their job properly. Guys, it's not that serious. This one is at least not that serious. It's not a Beauty's Blade situation. That one irks me a lot. But this one is a non-issue for me. Because in the English language, the way that we pronounce L and R, those letters, doesn't really exist in the Japanese language. They're in a sense sort of semi-interchangeable while also being entirely different sounds phonetically in the Japanese language. If you guys want a more in-depth sort of overview analysis type thing, there's all kinds of articles and stuff online that can do it more justice than I can. I can just give a super brief, just Cliff Notes version of it from a more just casual understanding. Because if you've consumed any sort of Japanese media, at some point or another, you have heard Japanese voice actors speak in English, or, as it's commonly known to us as Ingrish, because of the way they pronounce the L sound in Japanese, it sounds to us like an R sound, hence English being known as Ingrish to us, because that's how they say English. They say it Ingrish. Or, for example, let's take a common Reen phrase like "Let's go, everyone" will be pronounced as "Let's go, everyone." Something akin to that, as far as how a Japanese voice actor would naturally say that word. So yes, that's all I'm going to say on the matter. I still can't believe they didn't use her OST, the track that was literally made specifically for Judith. I still can't believe that. That's the thing that's okay to get a little up in arms about. But as far as the presentation and the trailer itself, it was fine. Judith only gets 23 seconds. Come on, that's so short. Why? But that's okay. They didn't want Best Girl to have all the screen time. They figured they'd save that for the actual game. I see what you're doing, Nisa. Doing a little subliminal messaging, huh? Just like I did with those Kevin posters in the last video. But as far as how Judith plays, her playstyle, it's very fun. Her crafts are very fun. She's kind of like a jack-of-all-trades character. She can kind of do everything. She's kind of like Reset in that sense, except would I say Judith is better at crowd control? Because she does have that one craft that has like a suction effect on it that is very useful. But that is the thing with all these characters. There isn't a bad character. Like, these characters are all very well balanced, at least from my playthrough. I know there's probably some other people who just like have these crazy insane builds that like one-shot enemies or they break the stats down and they're like, oh, actually, this character actually sucks as an evasion tank, or this character actually sucks in the arts category. I don't really pay too much attention to that stuff. I just kind of, how I want to build a character is how I build a character. And if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, well, then I just make it work. Because that's fun to me. Within reason, because the way the orbments are set up, you are kind of locked into certain elements with certain characters, but you can kind of work around that. It's not as bad as, like, say, Sky, where the way that the line system on the orbments really meant you could only build certain characters in certain ways. That's why Olivier was so busted, because he had only one line. Characters like Agate had, like, what, 4? So he couldn't really cast any of the super advanced arts. He just kind of, just the general support arts caster, if you wanted him to be that. Now me, I just did S-Craft spams with Agate, that's what I did. On a final note, I really enjoyed this performance. It's up there. I think I actually like it more than Van, as far as it fitting. And Brittany Cox, what I know her from the most is her role as Ingrid from Fire Emblem Three Houses, which those two characters might as well be polar opposites, because Ingrid, her voice is a lot more, it's a lot quieter, it's a lot more, I would say feminine would be a descriptor for it. It's a lot more revered, it's a lot more just noble sounding. Whereas Judith, I wouldn't necessarily say Judith is crass per se, She's over the top, she's loud, she's boisterous, she's energetic, she's very easily flustered. Who would I compare her to as far as past characters? I would say she kind of has a bit of Estelle's personality mixed with... that's kind of an interesting combo. Yeah, she's kind of a mix between Estelle's brash nature with Duvali's just constant outbursts. But also, because she does have that actress persona, right? She has that very PR-friendly attitude when she's in front of a camera or just talking up on stage. So Ilya, maybe? But not that part of Ilya's personality, thankfully. Thankfully, there's not actually a whole lot of that kind of stuff in Daybreak. You guys know what I'm talking about. They just have that very, just like stage persona that people really gravitate to. That's also the really cool thing about Calvard, is that they're very heavy into the film industry, into that entertainment sort of media. So during your free time in the city, watching movies is actually something you can do. And the movies are like fully voiced. They're not animated, they're just like stills. They're more like visual novel kind of presentations, but they're really fun. And a couple of them are actually like, wow, I wish these were like books that I could read. There's some really cool stuff involving that aspect of Calvard. I can't wait for you guys to eventually see all of it. With that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really helps me out. And a big thank you to all my current channel members, KM115, Eri Hitsuki. Thank you guys. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you'd like to support the channel going forward, links are in the description. And with all that jargon out of the way, take care of yourselves, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
All right, what's next?